Hello, I thought I would make a quick video to explain kind of what's going on when trying to import ProTips, like a version that was made for 2019 LTS and above, into an older project. So I see what you're talking about. Like I pulled this in. I just went up here and said assets, import package, custom package, and I went and grabbed that version that I sent to you. And I just opened up, the ProTips demo, and it doesn't work correctly. Lots of stuff, it's just not. It looks like it's not working. It seems like nothing is hooked up, and it's all a bunch of missing scripts, which I'm thinking is a serialization issue between the versions of Unity because there were major changes in 2019. So anyway, this is what I get when I run the scene, and I'm getting a bunch of missing script references. And so I think it's something to do with maybe just the way that like the canvases and things like that have changed so much over the time. So if you look on like the canvas, there's a bunch of missing scripts. The panel here even is missing script. And so I created a second version of the project. And I wanted to see what these missing scripts were, and it looks like the canvas scaler, graphics raycaster. On this panel, the image, the image component has changed so much, I guess, that it can't reserialize that back down into 2018. The button script itself was missing the script, all of that. So I think this would happen if you were taking any asset that was made for Unity 2019 and above, and you tried to go retro fit it into a 2018 or past project. I think you would have lots of serialization issues because the components themselves have changed so much. But the ProTips itself should still work in your project that's 2018. So it may not be able to hold any kind of references of like the demo scenes, but the script itself should work. And I was going to show you how to get that working. So for your project that's already in 2018. So anyway, what I would do, since there's so many of these missing scripts and everything here, is just delete the canvas. And then the event system has the same issue, bunch of missing scripts. I would delete that. So these two things, the tooltip manager, nothing there missing, and then the main camera is fine. So whatever camera you have in your scene, you're not going to be changing that. And so then from here, the only thing we need to do is just add a canvas. So I'm going to say canvas, and then that's going to also add the event system. And see, this will have the components that worked in 2018. And then underneath the canvas, I'm just going to create that panel again. And so now it's got an image component on it that'll work. And I'm going to make a button. And for the button, I believe I was going to put the component on here. That would be the tooltip trigger, and I will give it the clean simple one. I wouldn't do the Text Mesh Pro one at this point because the Text Mesh Pro ones, they all have had major changes since from 2018 to 2019. I mean, it's like Unity acquired Text Mesh Pro, and like it has tons of changes, but you can make these work. It's just that you'd have to go in for like the Text Mesh Pro version and see. You can see here there's a bunch of missing scripts on here, and that's just the difference in what's changed over time. So these scripts would all have to be replaced, and you could figure out what that is by just going over into I've got a 2020 project here and find out what these are. So these are like horizontal layout groups, content size fitters. You could replace all of those and then get them to work with Text Mesh Pro. But for this example, I'm just going to not use Text Mesh Pro because that was a feature that we added after 2019 anyway in ProTips. So anyway, back to the button. We've got our tooltips trigger here, and I'm just going to say my first tooltip, and I think that should work. Let's try it out. Okay, there we go. So the scripts and everything work. I think what you're running into though is just I guess it's a serialization issue of something that was made in 2019 or beyond, and trying to then go back and put that into a 2018 project. So none of these references are going to work for like the demos, but that shouldn't matter since your project, you've already created all the stuff for your project, so you won't be replacing all that. So your project should still work fine. It's just that ProTips would then have its code updated. So hopefully that helps. And yeah, let me know if you continue to have issues. Thanks. Bye.